What is up, guys? It's TDZ, and this is going to be my first actual video on my backup account. I made a short, but it's not an actual video, so this is the first actual video for the backup account. So, as you can see from the picture I have on screen, it's going to be a Disventure Camp All-Stars prediction. So with that, let's just get started and hop right in. So my first prediction is that Yule and Grant will have some sort of relationship. And that could be three things. It could be just a regular friendship, an alliance, or a dating kind of relationship. And honestly, I think it will be all of the above, but here's how I think it will play out. I think Yule will start by, just bonding with her, trying to get her on his side, and then eventually he will realize to keep her around, he needs to date her, and then that's when he tells her that he has feelings for her, but it's like, kind of like a lie kind of thing, and she'll believe it, but eventually the truth will come out, but by that time, he'll actually have gotten feelings for her, and you can see the drama that will unfold from there. Now, the question of will they repair it? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, that's just my first prediction. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just something that I think could happen and could be likely to happen, especially since they're together in this picture, they're together in the intro that we got for Disventure Camp. So it is pretty likely that they'll have some sort of relationship. Will it be an actual dating relationship? Well, that's the question at hand, and honestly, I don't know. But talking about Yule actually brings me into my next prediction, which is a Yule and Alec alliance. And I think this is really likely to happen because out of all the males we got for this Disventure Camp All-Star season, they're the two most villainous males, Alec and Yule. And you could argue James, but in his season, after the whole poisoning Yule thing, he was really, not really villainous anymore. He lost his villainous spark. So I think it's really likely that Yule and Alec will have an alliance. One, because Yule will always be down to have more numbers. Two, Alec might be hesitant because of the whole Fiore thing that happened, but I think he still would want to have the numbers on his side. That's assuming that they would be on the same team, of course. Now, I don't think any promotion or anything has been set showing the teams, and if there is, like if the teams have been leaked or somehow, and the teams, if anyone knows, let me know down in the description, in the comments, because I have no clue if they are released yet. But anyway, talking about Alec actually leads me to my next prediction, which is I think Alec and Fiore are going to repair the relationship. The reason for this is because I think the way that Alec and Fiore ended it, they can easily repair that relationship. A lot of people think it's just not necessary to do it anymore, but here's my take on it. Another prediction that I have is I think Fiore is going to be an early boot. She just doesn't really have much to do with this season, and I think that she's going to be either the first, second, or third boot just because of how unimportant she'll be to this season. And because of that, I think they just want to do something really quick that could wrap her up in a couple of episodes, and that could be repairing the alliance with her and Alec. And something that I kind of connected to this is maybe in the trailer that we seen Alec kind of like scolding Fiore, and I kind of see this as maybe like a father scolding a daughter kind of thing. So maybe he's scolding her on strategical matters about the competition or something like that. But that's really all speculation. It's nothing that proves that 100% or anything like that. It's just my thoughts on the situation. And another prediction that I'm just going to kind of tie in here, which is just coming off my head real quick, is that maybe Fiore's elimination maybe her cause of elimination will be her repairing her relationship with Alec, and maybe she realized that some things are more important than the money, it's something more important than winning. Kind of give her a little bit more depth into her character. But actually, I want to talk about my next thing, which I think Yule will be the main villain, if I haven't been very clear on that. But I think Yule will be the main villain, so along with him being the main villain, here are my predictions for a finale. This is the three people I think will make the finale. I think the finale will be Yule, Tom, and Ashley. I think Ashley, because she didn't make it very far in her season, but out of all the girls this season, I think she has the best chance of making it to the finale, and I think she has the most promise out of all the contestants. A lot of people think Lake will make it very far, probably finale, and that was also not a far off guess. She's a pretty good character and contestant. I can see them taking her to the finale, but I think Ashley just has more promise and more potential. Just not getting to see a lot of her last time. And then for Tom, I would say was pretty robbed in his season. He made it to the final 6 and then had to get out because of Jake. And I think that was pretty unfair to him. And I think that they might decide to, give him a finale just to, kind of repair for that time he got robbed. And also, he's a really good contestant in challenges, so I can see him just making it far on his own, being good, and he's a pretty good social player because no one really dislikes him. So I could totally see him making it far, and then just, of course, with Yule being the villain, he would make it to the finale. So now I want to talk about my next prediction, which is Miriam being an early boot. Now, a lot of you might know from a couple posts I made during the Final Four of Disventure Camp Season 1, which was that I'm not the biggest fan of Miriam. I think she's a decent character, but nothing more. So her win was kind of undeserved for me, but a lot of people disagree. I just think that in this season, there's really nothing they can do with Miriam at this point, and if they try to take her far just for the hell of it, I just think that would be very unnecessary, as there's really nothing she could do. The most we can get with her is maybe like a relationship with Connor, but after that, there's really nothing else she can do. Her entire role in her season was being a mediator for Tom and Jake, but there are other people who will take that role this season, I'm pretty sure, which will actually come in later in my prediction. But yeah, I just don't think that there's much of a role for her this season, so I think she's an early boot. Anyway, that comes another early boot prediction that I have is either Allie or Hunter as early boots, or maybe even both. I just think that because of the whole thing that we've been seeing about them arguing all the time, I don't know if they're still together or if they're broken up. It could be either way, but I think either one of them are going early boots or both. Now, which one do I think is going to stay if one of them goes? I really don't know, because Hunter, he's just a really good character that people want to see go far, and I can see him going far as well. But also at the same time, they could go for the approach of wanting to let Allie go far without Hunter, since he made it farther last time. And I can really see it going both ways, so I can't really make a solid prediction. But who would I want to see go farther? I guess Hunter, because I was a big fan of Hunter in this season. But they could go the route of just eliminating both in like a double elimination, because everyone just got tired of their constant arguing, kind of like the opposite of Bridget and Jeff, how they were always making out and people got annoyed by that. I think people could easily be annoyed by their constant arguing, and that might cause for a double elimination. But anyway, my next prediction is an Ashley and Jake friendship, and the reason I think this is because in the little intro we got for Disventure Camp All Stars, we see them together against Tom and Aiden playing, I believe, like volleyball or dodgeball, something like that. And they're together on that side, and also they're sitting together in the final cut of the intro where everyone's sitting down, like for like the eliminations type of thing. They're both sitting next to each other. So I believe that they could be friends in this season, just because of every time we've seen them together in the intro, they were next to each other, and they're even kind of next to each other here, but they're not really like interacting or anything. But I mean, I don't know. I just think that they're gonna have a friendship, and they will connect into something later, which I'll actually go over next. And here's why. I think Tom and Aiden will have a little friendship, and I think Jake will be jealous of Aiden for that reason of Jake liking Tom. And I think Ashley will be the person to kind of help Jake out and try and help Jake get Tom back. And that's why I think Miriam also isn't needed anymore, because I think Ashley will fill that role. And for this, I just think that Ashley is a great person out of everyone to help Jake with that little matter. So yeah. So my next little prediction I have here is actually people who I think could be potential early boots, and that's gonna be Rhea, Ellie, Aiden, and James. I think those people could be early boots, which honestly, if Rhea goes early, I'll be sad, but it's really possible considering she was a finalist in her season, and honestly, there's not much more they can do with her except for maybe her and Connor relationship, more development, like, help that blossom. They could go for that. I really don't know, but I just don't see what more they can do with Rhea besides try to make her more villainous. But I don't think they're going for her another Rhea villain arc this time. But the next person that I had was Ellie. Honestly, Ellie just made it really far during her season, and I think they're gonna go for Gabby. I think they're gonna go for Gabby by herself without Ellie, and I think that'll be better, because even though I'm not the biggest fan of Gabby, I think she really has some potential in this season without Ellie. The next person I said was Aiden. Aiden and James were actually next. I'll just talk about them together. Their relationship is pretty over at this point. I mean, not relationship, but they're like their whole potential on the show, like what their arcs that they had going, their little potential that they had going, it's really over, and there's really not much more they can do with them, except for, like I said, the whole James the whole Aiden and James Aiden and Tom having a relationship, and then Jake being a little jealous of it. I can see that being something that wraps up pretty quickly, but and then Ashley and Jake, they try to get Tom to see reason. Like, I can see that going after Aiden is already booted. So I just think that James and Aiden are probably going to be eliminated pretty early, because there's not much more that I could see them doing with that. But now that I want to talk about the next thing I have here, and that's actually an Ashley Lake perspective. And Lake actually doesn't have any of her girls from her season. She usually had Maggie and Rosa, but they're not here this time, and the closest person to either of them would be either Rhea or Ashley, but Ashley is more like to them than any of the other girls here. So I think they're going to have a good relationship, Ashley and Lake. And I think that they're going to more have Rhea be more connected to Connor than Lake. So I think Lake and Ashley have a friendship and relationship in this season. And I could see both of them actually making it far. Probably both emerging. At least that's a hope of mine. I hope they both emerge. So enough of that. But my next prediction is Tess and Gabby merging. I think they're going to make it pretty far. Tess, I can see them going for... Okay, so with the whole... When their season ended, I think they were all, dating, all three. But apparently not, because that doesn't seem to be the case in this season, because Tessa's near them right now, but even in the trailer she wasn't really next to them. So I don't know if that was intentional or anything like that, but I think they're more trying to take Tess and stray her away from them too, from Hunter and Allie, and kind of make her give her own little personality in this season. And that's why I think Tess and Gabby will merge, because I already explained why I think Gabby's going to make it far. So I think Gabby will definitely make it far in this season and have a really good run. Maybe even one of them making finale. Like, my finale probably isn't canon, because I doubt I'll be able to predict the finale before even seeing the first episode. I could see either one of them making finale, one of them, or even both. It could go either way, honestly. But my next prediction I have here is James and Lake friendship. If you could see from the beginning of the intro that we got for Disventure Camp All-Stars, James kind of pulls Lake in for a picture, and I think they'll have a little relationship, but like I said, I also think James is going to be an early boot, so I think they'll just be friends until James gets booted, and then Lake will carry on with Ashley as a friend after. Not much to say there, but yeah. So the next thing I have to say is I think this is going to be more about not even the contestants, but I think Derek is going to try and take over the show at times, but Crystal's going to kind of insert her control, her dominance, and I just think it will be a funny little thing that happens between them, because Derek was always more fame hungry for being on the screen, and I think he's going to try and take over the show in that kind of way, and Crystal will just, kind of shut it down. But now that brings me to my last thing I have for the prediction, which it's not even a prediction, it's just something I have to say, and that's Connor. Connor's the only contestant I have no read of whatsoever. I did talk about him a little bit earlier, but honestly, I just don't have any read on him. I don't know what his role is going to be in this season at all. I don't even have I can't even make any predictions with him. The closest thing I could do is Connor and Rhea relationship blossom, or a Connor and Miriam relationship. But I can't go into detail on that because I don't even know how that would go. So I think Connor will be the wild card of this season. He can go either way. He can be a flop, or he can be a long-lasting character. I really don't know how he's going to turn out, but I'm really intrigued on Connor. I think out of all the contestants this season, even though I have some favorites, Connor is definitely the one that I'm most interested in seeing how he plays, how far he plans to get, if he's even playing to win this time, and all stuff like that. But anyway, with that, guys, that's the end of the video. I thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Let me know your predictions in the comments, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.